Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation presents the 22nd annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival, Saturday, June 17th from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center. Join us and celebrate Juneteenth Freedom Day as we welcome R&B diva 702 back to Sin City to perform their biggest hits. This event is free to the public. You heard us, free. For more information, visit us online at june19lv.com. That's june19lv.com. Powered by Zappos.
What's up, Laugh Therapy and Jokers? Welcome. For those of you who are new, this is Joe King, the host with the most and your favorite comedian, and you have stumbled upon Laugh Therapy, where we believe laughter is the best medicine and we use it to elevate both your mood and your mental. I've got my beautiful co-host with me,
JD, aka Sunshine. How y'all doing?
And tonight we've got a super fun episode for you guys. It's actually a game that I saw being played on Instagram, and I thought it'd be really fun for us to play with each other. It's called Philosophy to Me. So I guess it's a play on words for lie to me, but it's basically asking philosophical questions, trying to get your perspective on deeper issues going on with society, just kind of trying to see if you're a moralist, if you're a humanist, if you're, an optimist, are you selfish? Just what?
Ooh, I think I'm a mixture of everything.
I think most people are. They have their own little measurements or whatnot, but we're going to try and find out today and see what our opinions are on some of these philosophical questions and what your opinions are on some of these philosophical questions. If you got to kill one person off or whatnot, I think it'd be really fun.
Somebody had to go.
Right, exactly.
So we definitely want y'all to tap in today, so y'all can call the hotline down at the bottom of the banner, or y'all can respond in the chat. We definitely want to hear from y'all today. This is very interactive, so let's get it, guys.
Yes, I'm super excited. Have you ever done any of those? So I took psychology and sociology in both high school and college. Have you ever done any of those games where they give you the morality code, where you're on a train with 12 people type of situation, and 2 of them are children? It's the mother of the child, there's one military soldier, one engineer. They give you all these jobs, 2 very elderly people who will be of almost no help, they're almost crippled, or one is handicapped or things of that nature. And you have to save this train. It's getting ready to die, but you can only save 6 of the people. So it's who do you save? Do you save the 2 children and the 2 elderly because they can't defend for themselves, or you don't know how this is going to go when this train crashes? Do you save the people who are capable of helping you get out of the situation, like a doctor and an engineer? A wealthy person who may be on the train, So I used to love those questions when I was in high school and college.
If I had those questions in sociology and psychology, I might have stayed in them more.
Really?
I didn't like sociology at all.
Oh,
maybe it was my professor.
My professor made it so much fun.
Yeah, I took it in college.
He would have a question like that every time we walked in the door, at the very beginning of class when we walked in there. He'd be like, "Hey, lesson, if this person and this person," and it'd be people that are walking in the class, so now you got to answer because you actually know the person. He's like, "You can only save one. Yeah, ain't no bending the rules. What are you gonna do?" And so we would all have fun, because later on we'd be like, dope. "Nah, you killed me, bro."
Yeah, I'm not messing with you. You killed me.
Yeah, you killed me, bro. So he made it really, really fun.
That's what today is gonna be like.
Well, a little bit, because they're not necessarily stories, just the opinions. But I would love to actually play it the way that he did and just do some of those stories, with you as well, see where your brain goes. But the first question that I had for you on this was, should individuals be held morally responsible for the consequences of their actions, even if they had no intention of causing harm? I feel like it's a classical question of intent versus impact.
Yeah, I understand. Intent matters. I totally get that. But causing harm is causing harm no matter if I intended to hurt you or not. If I'm causing harm to someone. And it says morally. It doesn't say lawfully either. So that, I think that makes a difference. So the consequences is not jail. We're talking about a moral dilemma, right? So consequences could be if you did something morally wrong to a friend, then they don't talk to you no more, or y'all got to work that out together. So I do think intent matters, and that should come into play of consequences. Because if someone was intentionally hurting you versus not intentionally hurting you, then there's a difference in that as well. I don't think you can hold the person who wasn't intentionally hurting you as much, even though if they were paying attention, then the intention should have been known prior to. Because most of the time, most of the time when you don't realize you're intentionally hurting someone, it's because they don't realize they haven't gotten a clue. They haven't paid attention fully to what might harm someone. What about you?
I think that that's a very slippery slope, which is, I mean, that's the point of the game. Because for me, it's relative. It depends on what the situation is. Should individuals be held morally responsible for the consequences of their actions, even if they had no intention of causing harm? I think of one situation like the Kevin Hart situation when he was tweeting. He's an early comic. He's tweeting things that are funny to him. And then once he's a very successful comic, 10, 12 years later, people come with those tweets from 10 or 12 years ago, and they're trying to hold him morally responsible. And hold him accountable for the thoughts that he had 10 and 12 years ago when he was a junior in the game. Now, I'm sure he's matured as a father since then. I'm sure he's matured as just a person in all of that time, but they still wanted to feel like he was punished. They wanted him to feel like he had done something wrong, whereas when he actually did it, I don't feel that it made an impact or a difference to the world then. The only reason it was of status now is because he had built status by that time. So to try and hold him responsible or feel that he needed to be punished and have consequences for that seemed unfair to me. Like I couldn't sign up for that. But then at the same time, I've been an activist for Black Lives Matter, and people are quick to say, well, it didn't happen to you kind of situation, or
you can't use that with me. You can't use that with me.
Can we hold people accountable if they meant no harm, if they say something that offended Black people, right? If you say something you didn't know that was going to be offensive, it was just your opinion at the time, and now there's an entire uproar and everybody of color is upset with you and trying to hold you to a standard when you didn't know. It doesn't change the fact that it caused harm. It doesn't change the fact that we're upset. It doesn't change the fact that feelings were hurt, but you honestly didn't know and had no idea that what you said was going to be received the way that it was received. I wouldn't feel right trying to hold you morally responsible for that, or trying to think that you're supposed to have consequences. I would.
Well, when you look at it like that, okay, let me ask you something. Is falling asleep while driving, is that unlawful or morally incorrect? It is
unlawful, yeah.
I'm saying falling asleep. Can you send someone to jail because they fell asleep driving?
Yes.
What would be the charge?
Driving recklessly.
How?
Because you knew you were sleepy when you got behind the wheel, or when you continued to drive. There were choices that were made before you fell asleep at the road. You're not.
But your intention wasn't to fall asleep, though.
But the decisions that you made up
but
to
it wasn't
that
your
point,
intention to fall asleep. That's all I'm saying. And if you kill a pedestrian, and you didn't intentionally kill the pedestrian.
I think in those situations, you were just acting. It was an unrealistic expectation of yourself. So I feel like you may not have hoped that you were going to kill someone. You may not have hoped to crash, but you were driving on a prayer and you knew that was irresponsible. Your intention was to get home safely, knowing that you were putting both yourself and other people at risk in doing so and not calling someone. I still feel like your intention may not have been to kill anyone, but your intention also wasn't to just make it home either. You were hoping that you were going living on prayer. Through. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So should we prioritize the preservation of individual privacy or the collective security of society?
I love this question so much. And again, I feel like I don't want to give a neutral answer, but it's relative.
It's somewhere in the middle, right? Yeah. I don't think you can be extreme on this one.
Because I'm very much so for personal privacy. Until My life is in danger.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want the government listening in on my calls. I don't want them reading my text messages. So what if the Unabomber is Googling how to build a bomb? You want them to know that, though.
Yeah. And it's unrealistic
somewhere
to
in the
believe that they
middle.
can only detect who's doing it and
Exactly.
whatnot.
That's
So,
unrealistic. So they gonna have to listen
So
to
if you
some
have
of your
to hard
freaky
pick one or the other-
conversations.
Yeah, that's for me. I guess I would have to go with what was it? Community or security of society, only because I know my actions. I know I'm not doing anything super crazy for them to come and pull up on me. However,
That's what I'm saying. If you're not doing nothing wrong, it ain't nothing to worry about.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. There are still some things you want to yourself. Your certain relationships, certain jokes, certain sexual things you may be sending to your partner, just certain things that you still want to yourself. But I wouldn't be like, oh my God, there's an FBI agent that saw my news. I don't give a shit, you know?
But I feel like we would take it too far. You remember that Tom Cruise movie where they predicted crime? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's how society would turn into.
I agree. And then I also think
because we don't know how to do nothing. We don't know how to do nothing and just keep it that way.
Hey, Vic.
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
But yeah, we don't know how to do nothing and just keep it that way. Mm-hmm. So I feel like even though we would want that security, I feel like at some point it would be taken too far. Mm-hmm. And y'all trying to predict what we doing when we ain't even in that realm.
Just letting people be individuals. Now we're all the robots that we feared they were trying to create. We done turned ourselves into it.
That's what a middle ground is. I don't know if we can ever stay there.
What do y'all think? Would y'all prioritize privacy or the security of society?
Yeah, just letting killers be killers. Y'all let us know.
What would you say makes human life so valuable?
I would say the answer is very simple. It's just because of our existence. Period. What do you want to be paid for?
Existing.
Exactly.
But
that makes it valuable
to anyone else.
Your existence is valuable to me.
How?
Because I love you.
Right, but you didn't know that before you met me. You thought you loved somebody else.
My mother's existence is valuable to me. You are valuable to someone in this world, whether you feel like it or not. Mm-hmm. And it's just your existence. You don't have to be a certain type of person. You don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be anything. It's just your existence that makes you valuable. It's because you're here.
I think that's a very interesting way of looking at it. When I heard the question, what makes human life so valuable, I instantly thought of emotional connection, because that's how you live on. That is your afterlife, your emotional connection and how you're remembered. Your memories are your afterlife, how you're continued to be brought up in conversation, how your family continues to live on with the lessons that you taught them, or the skills that you taught them, or the confidence that you taught them. That is your afterlife. Hell is to not exist, right? Hell is to be alone. And not remembered. So I think one of the things that makes human life so valuable is emotional connection, but I also think our ability to evolve. We've made it through a lot of different types of extinction, whether it was a desert or dinosaurs or whatever it is that came. We've continued to evolve and continued to grow and continue to learn new things and create new things, invent new things. And even though some of us, are basura, absolute trash of people.
Yeah, but it's about our existence.
They still have a value to someone, because although they may not have done something on a larger scale that all of us know about, maybe they helped a local team somehow. Maybe they, stopped one person from committing suicide. You have no idea what their personal value to society has been, but I would say it's in our emotional connections and in our ability to evolve and continue growing.
Let me ask you this. What if there's a human on Earth that doesn't contribute to society negatively or positively? They're just here. Is their life not valuable?
I don't think that could exist.
You don't think that's the thing?
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing. I think you're always contributing
But
to
how
society
could you
in either positively or a negative
how
way.
could you ask to be paid just to exist and then say that in the same token?
Because I am existing positively. My existence is a positive one.
You said you didn't say you wanted to be paid for your positive existence. You just
But
said
that's what
existence,
I meant.
period.
I meant for the things that I enjoy doing and being. That way I can just be those things and get paid for them.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Yes.
But
That way it doesn't feel like labor.
I just think it's your existence, period. Because a homeless man on the corner, they mean nothing to us, but I wouldn't want to see them die. That would fuck me up.
That doesn't mean that they're valuable, though. That just means that you're empathetic and compassionate. That didn't make them worth a damn. It just made you.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
just saying.
They worth the damn to somebody.
Yeah, but as you just stated, not us. It doesn't make their lives valuable. In my opinion, what makes them valuable is the relationship they would have with each other.
Okay.
Because if we pulled up tomorrow and they weren't there, we wouldn't fucking notice. We wouldn't know their names, what their lives were, or anything like that. But another homeless person down the street who has seen them there every day would. Another homeless family who has seen their tent or whatever it is that they're doing,
And that
or whatever
makes their
every day
existence
would,
valuable.
right, and that makes their life, their human life, valuable because of those relationships, those emotional
So you're saying
connections.
because I have empathy for human life, period, then that's why they're valuable to me.
No, I'm saying your emotional connections to people like Shaky, Vic, me, the boys, Jalen, Shamika, those relationships are what make you valuable to society. You've touched people. People will mourn you. People love you now. You go out and you speak to people, even if you just tell someone, oh, hey, yeah, have a great day, and they were having a shitty ass day. That positive experience could have given them a little bit more oomph to continue doing their job that day at Walmart or whatever it is, just because the first person or the last 6 people have been absolute dicks. That is your value to society, being able to emotionally impact people on a daily. It doesn't change. That is your value.
So
in life.
if you don't emotionally impact people, then you don't have no value?
Yeah,
Oh, damn, y'all. Okay.
in my opinion. You're just existing. And that's the difference. That's not being valuable, that's being here. What do y'all think?
I mean, I think everyone has value, regardless.
I humbly disagree.
I think everyone has value, regardless. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the interaction.
Y'all chime in and let us know what y'all think. We had a crossover with that one. Okay, so do you believe a child can be born good or evil, or does the way a human turns out always due to their upbringing?
Ooh. No, I think that there are some people who are born with a chemical imbalance that makes them just not unable to be saved by humans. Like I just, for me personally, I've seen children be born and you can just tell from the moment that they were here that that's a hellion. That one, that one right there is about to cause y'all some problems. So yeah, I do think that people can be born good or evil. I think that it is our arrogance as humans to think that we can change everyone.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think that we as people think that we can nurture it out of you, or we can bully it out of you, or we can corporate punish it out of you, or we can threaten it out of you. We can cause you to fear death so much that you're barely living, you know, and do things like that. To try and change you, but at the core of who you are, all of those things are just teaching you different forms of manipulation. You're still going to be who you are. It's not going to change the fact that you want to kill somebody. It's not going to change the fact that you wanted to rape somebody. It's not going to kill the fact that you desire to cause harm. It's just going to teach you how to manipulate yourself or others in order to survive, in my opinion.
I would totally agree. Obsoletes are definitely not a thing we should use when we're talking about the entire population of the world.
That part.
Always should never be used, because there's always a exception to the rule. So when we talk about good children being born good or evil, Jeffrey Dahmer didn't have someone who was teaching him how to cut up people and eat them and put them in the freezer. No one taught him that. He didn't see that from nobody else. That shit was born within him. And sometimes there are kids who are born to parents who are completely shouldn't be
some
parents.
Kids been here before.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing I was gonna get on. Thank you, Vic. Yeah, some kids have been here before, so they have that influence of their past lives, their past selves. So I don't think you can use always. Now, yes, a lot of times hate can be taught. So a child isn't born racist. That's an emotion that has to be taught. A white child can't grow up, can't be born and just automatically hate a black child. That has to be taught. Hate is taught because that's an emotion. So, but when we talk about good and evil, yeah, that sometimes that shit is just, you can't do nothing about it. And that's just the way it is. You can't, what'd you say, babe? You can't manipulate them.
Yeah, you can't manipulate me.
Yeah, you can't manipulate them to be something that they not. They just who they are. Jeffrey Dahmer, he just is who he was.
Yeah, some people are just sent here to be that. And I think that it is our arrogance as humans to think that we can change everyone. We have our guest come in right now. Wonderful DJ. I will let her give her own introduction, but DJ Ecos is here. Thank you for joining the conversation, love. We're super excited. We wanted to give have a third opinion in the mix, and maybe she can ask a few questions or ask for some clarity if she wanted to.
It's so tricky with me like coming on because I'm like, can you turn her volume up? Can you like I can't hear my headphones like yeah. But how y'all feeling? Y'all good?
We good.
I feel really good. Did
we
you
love to have you on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you hear the question?
No, what was it? Repeat the question.
It was, do you believe a child can be born good or evil, or does the way a human turns out always due to their upbringing?
No, I think it could be both. Definitely. I mean, I believe in past lives, so I believe like, your souls are connected to things from your past. And I didn't believe that before. And then I got like an Akashic Records reading. Right, so I got a reading of my past lives, and I found out I was like a white gay man who really didn't have a lot of swag in my past life. And what was crazy is that
I know.
So I got the reading, and she was like, "You're scared of the dark," and I was like, "How you know I'm scared of the dark?" Right? I'm a grown ass person, but she was like, "Well, in your past life, your partner got shot in the dark, and you shot back." And I always have my gun with me, like, all the time. So I didn't, like, I was like,
it's a Wild Wild West out
like,
here.
how you know that? So those things were attached to me from this past life,
Wow.
which was kind of interesting. So I think that you can have things attached to you from your past lives. And then, too, I think that sometimes maybe your chromosomes get all messed up. Maybe your parents,
like a chemical imbalance,
or maybe your parents' souls get attached to you, right? Because like both of them have created you, so they have past lives. Mm-hmm. So maybe some things from there, you just got all these souls tied into you. So I think that can happen.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
but
totally
I think
agree.
sometimes parents, yeah. Sometimes parents ain't shit.
There we go.
True.
And I think
it
that,
happens.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes they, I maybe they don't know how to parent properly.
That's true.
And
I've been a not shit parent. I won't say I can speak for all of us.
But who knows what that means though? Not like
in my
how
opinion,
do you know?
for what it right for what
Like,
it is that I
know?
want it to be and the standard of parent that I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I now in hindsight see that I did not reach that standard.
Yeah.
Right. The way that I wanted to speak to my children. There were times that I was yelling. The way that I wanted them to always feel like, oh, you're safe. And then I'm the one snapping the fuck out. Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, like we wanted a hug, but
no,
you know,
hard
kind
pass.
of exactly. So then to later find out and to be diagnosed with bipolar disorder it kind of made me look at myself a little differently and try and look at myself from their point of view and start trying to make some changes there. But yeah, there are some parents out there that need some therapy. I would definitely recommend calling.
Therapy, some diagnosis.
But we all think we fail as parents.
That's what I was saying. Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
You know, like, how do you know until you, like, know? You know what I mean? Like, because you could be parenting this way, and I'm sure you think, like, oh, I'm doing a great job at this, and then you're like, you know, my kid's being a little strange. Maybe I'm not. And then you figure it out. So, like, I don't...
Some things are your fault as a parent. I will say that, but some things aren't. Like Jeffrey Dahmer's parents didn't raise him.
Yeah, he did. His parents, his dad was having him do the freaking autopsies on the damn the animals.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry,
but I worked with cadavers growing up
Turn
too.
your mic down a little bit.
Oh, my bad.
Like we're good.
I work with cadavers too. I don't like to kill people and eat them.
But he may have. I don't know. Did you guys watch the Jeffrey?
Yeah, we watched.
I couldn't finish it. I couldn't finish it all the way through. I was like, this is a lot, and he liked black people too much. Maybe the dark meat. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we were seasoned better. I don't know what was going on with bro.
Or maybe he, but I feel like
it was a fetish.
I feel like he was fighting a whole lot of things.
Yeah,
he was fighting his sexuality. He was fighting him being a serial murderer. Him wanting to try to eat. First of all, that's disgusting. That's why I couldn't finish watching it, because I'm like, this man really did eat these people. Like, that is, and stored them in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
like, that's wild. Give somebody else.
Okay. Okay, babe. Can we choose our emotions, or do they just happen? And what about sexuality?
Well, like I just said, I'm bipolar. So they choose
that
me.
That is not going to be an excuse. You are not allowed to use that.
They choose me sometimes.
No, you cannot.
I think that our emotions just happen, and we choose how to react with that emotion.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think that's what I think. I think that you can't control your emotions, and if you're trying to control your emotions, you're trying to manipulate yourself. It's performance. You're not actually controlling your emotion. You're manipulating yourself into thinking you don't feel what you're feeling. I think that emotions just happen, and you decide how you're going to react while experieing that emotion, in my opinion.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Oh.
I agree with that. Well, yeah, that's a good theory. That's a good theory.
Well, that's what I was.
I like that.
As far as sexuality goes,
choice.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear me. Don't try to hear me.
You think sexuality is a choice?
Wait, you think sexuality is a choice?
No. Let's be clear here, okay?
No. I know exactly where you're going with this. I know exactly where.
Let's be clear. I think that definitely some people are just born and they gay as hell. Okay, we just gay. Just what it is. But I do think sometimes people choose to experiment and then find out that they like it. And I think that those, so yes, not everyone is born gay, right? But I think that some people make a choice to do, to act on things, and then they're like, oh, I like the way that this made me feel versus what this made me feel. So yes, I do think that it could be both ways. But do I think that people are born gay? Yes.
I totally agree. I think people are born gay. But I think some people, I'm gonna go the opposite way of you.
Okay.
Because I agree with what you said totally. So I'm just gonna tack on something. I think some people choose how to handle who they're attracted to.
How to handle it.
Yeah, in sexuality.
What does that even mean? Like,
yes,
I think I see where you're going. I agree with that.
Because I had a friend in high school. We all knew he was gay. All of us, and he would come and do his makeup. He was flaming. Gay. He was flaming, and he started to do like the drag queen stuff later on, like in college, and then he was really heavy into church. Now he's married to a woman.
You thought he cheated? But wait, hold on.
And he's
here
choosing.
We go, okay?
He's choosing.
Let me testify. I don't think he's
choosing.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, and I can tell you from personal experience.
No, I know.
I can tell you from personal experience.
But some people choose to ignore those feelings.
Or maybe he has them and his wife is cool with it.
Or that too.
Listen, I know people who have like literally love men and had a wife for a decade, and they just love that person.
I
They
have a
still
cousin.
hella gay though, but
I
their
have a
wife
cousin.
knows what it was.
I have a cousin. She's probably listening right now.
Damn.
She enjoys women or enjoyed women.
But are we talking
For-
about sex or are we talking about relationship?
Relationship, she did it all.
Okay.
And now she is making an active choice not to be with women.
Cause they ain't shit. I said it out loud. Out loud. I said it. No, but no.
She's still attracted to women,
Yeah,
but she's
me
making
too.
an active choice every
I-
day to not be with
But why do
women.
you think
period.
that it's a choice?
Because she said it. I'm choosing.
I'm choosing to just be with this.
Ignoring
take this dick
that
every day.
attract. Yeah. How y'all do it?
First of all, thank God for good dick because I didn't know.
You didn't know it was a
I
thing?
didn't know it was there.
Okay.
Until I was married to a guy, got a divorce because he had a small penis. We were doing a good wholesome Christian thing. Didn't have sex until we got married. Day after we got married. I tried. It didn't work out. He was a very nice fella, right? I had to be like, you know what? We probably should just,
Get an annulment?
just set ourselves free. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And so, like, after that, I had already liked women before because I had a girlfriend when he and I were dating, and then we got married and whatever. I'm gonna be monogamous and I'm not. So that didn't work out. But fast forward, like, somebody just swept me off my feet, and I'm like, okay, and the dick is good, so we good here.
Yeah.
Like, and never would I have thought in my entire life that I would, be getting married to a man. Like, no way. Like, I didn't even know.
I get it.
I'll say, not in my entire life, I'll say after that first instance.
Experience.
But I didn't break up with him because of that. Only he was a very good guy. Like, if I knew what I know about myself today, I probably would have had him and another partner. But, it's, I don't know. I don't make a choice. Like, it wasn't a choice. Like, it just happened, and I just love this person.
Yeah, and you're choosing to be in a monogamous
I'm
relationship.
I'm polyamorous.
Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't know that. That's dope.
Yeah.
But
I have always been polyamorous.
people who choose to be in a monogamous relationship, even though they have the attraction to the same sex, that is a choice.
Is it?
It's your choice also to say, nah, I'm polyamorous.
No,
if you gonna
I
be
am
here,
not.
you
Like,
gonna...
at this point, like, I have not seen, like, in the past, maybe, like, shit, probably since, like, 2020. I probably haven't, like, seen a chick and been like, oh, like, I'm, like, did something to me.
Yeah, that's your experience. I can tell you firsthand. A few girls that I know that were bisexual and are now in heterosexual relationships that still look at
Well, yeah, you looking at
and
like,
are
oh yeah, she got a
attractive.
fat
No,
ass,
and are
versus
attracted
saying,
to.
oh, I want to be in a relationship with this person. Like, that's different. Like, I
But
could
they're
look at somebody
choosing
now
not
and be like,
to.
I want to smash.
I'm saying they're choosing not to even.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose not to smash.
Yeah, those are choices.
I
Yeah.
can
I
choose
feel
not
like
to
for
smash,
me-
but I can't choose whether I'm attracted to them or not. I think that's different. Like, I could choose to say, like,
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
You can't choose who you're attracted to. That
Yeah,
was my
yeah.
point. Is they're choosing not to act upon.
so they're choosing not to act, not to be attracted.
Yeah, that I agree with
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
You can't choose who you're attracted to.
Yeah.
I live and die on that hill.
Okay.
What about you, babe?
I do. I agree. I think that you can choose your sexuality. I feel like I did. There were
Ooh,
times, like
talk
I
about
told you.
choices.
Yeah, I was like I told you. I never even opened my mind up to think of what could further come from a relationship with a female. I built great, friendships and things of that nature. And even if I thought someone had a nice body or things of that nature, I never allowed my mind to go past, we could be friends. And
So what made you do it?
she kissed me.
Oh, so when she kissed you, you felt that tingly feeling? You was like, oh, shoot,
I was like,
something
wait, what
going
is
on
that?
here.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? And I chose to ignore it completely because I got scared.
Yeah.
I was
That
like,
sounds
what is
familiar.
that? Completely ran from that. Had a whole nother baby. Like, I was like, I don't know. See, straight. The baby,
Not-
straight, yeah.
Not the Lion King.
And then a few years later, another girl kissed me and the exact same feeling. And I was like, so I made the choice to explore it and see what that means for me. And luckily, I had very supportive friends. I had a lot of friends that were already in the community, so they were just like, come on, girl. What you got? What's your question? So, yeah. It's kind of nurtured. They were like, you good or not? One of my friends told me I wasn't gay. Like, just straight up. She said, that's not what that means.
Right, and you might
gotta
not be.
kiss. Yeah, she was like, you got to kiss.
You still may
That's all
not
that
be gay.
means.
Yeah, that's true.
Like that you may just love her. That's what I'm saying. My fiance, he always tells me, he was like, you're not gay no more. And I'm like, I'm still gay. I just love you, right? But and then he was like, because it's LGBT month. And I'm like, yeah, you're the A, so we're gonna go to the Aces game, go wear our pride shirts. He's like, oh hell no, you better take somebody else with you because you're not even LGBTQ anymore. It's just a joke. But like, he's like, nah, you straight now, you know. But it's not that. It's just I love him.
I get
So
that.
you may not be gay. You just love her.
Nah, she gay.
But I'm saying, like, I mean, yeah, because you are with a woman. You may very well be with her for the rest of your life. But that doesn't mean that is who you are, like who you are essentially. Like, it could be different. I don't know your life, right? I'm just saying whomever, like
The
that,
devil's advocate.
like
I
it
get
could be that you love that person. You may be, pansexual. You may just be attracted to people. You may be attracted to energy. You may be attracted to, how people communicate with you differently or how they touch you differently or something like that.
Y'all catching these words?
I get a chance what they're saying. It's better than me. What age do you think should be considered adulthood?
Oh man, probably like 26, 27. Yeah, those of y'all who are going, let your kids leave home at 18, kill yourself.
Not kill yourself.
Because what the hell? Like, you're a
I
whole
would
kid
agree.
at
I
18.
would agree. Like, one of my actual jokes on stage is the fact that I'm just now getting to learn who I am as an adult at, like, right before I turned 30. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
I started
exactly.
to learn who I was, what I liked, who I was without adult supervision, without having to call my mom or my grandmother for everything, right? Like, I'm just now coming into...
I don't even think that ever goes away. Like that. Like, I
Coming
wish I
into
had my
myself.
mom and my grandparents to call, like, to ask questions to. But because I would definitely be calling them, like, today. Like, I would probably call them this morning. Like,
Very
hey,
much
what you
so.
think
I
about?
feel like right around that 28, 29
Yeah, that's
year
when
old
you
is where I
start
was
to
like,
come.
all right, I'm grown. Like, okay, I think I'm an adult. Yeah, I'd agree with that. What about you, babe?
I wouldn't want to quantify it with a number because I think it's about maturity as well, maturity level, and everybody matures at their own stage. But
Shaky said 30. I don't care.
But the fact that we can send kids to fight in our wars at 18, but they can't drink legally, I think that's asinine. Let me just start off by saying that. But maturity is a big thing for me because I was mature at a young age.
Yeah, me too.
And I won't say never, I didn't get to live out a childhood and make those mistakes like I was used, like everybody else
Like, what
could.
age are we talking about?
I was mature probably like starting 13.
When we say mature, what does that mean?
Like, I was doing things that 13-year-olds, normal 13-year-olds
Like what?
wouldn't do. Like cooking dinner, helping my sister with her homework, making sure she going to pick her up from school. Just things I probably shouldn't have been doing
Yeah.
at that age.
Yeah.
And being mature all of that time and having all of my stuff together right out the gate. As soon as you get out of college, have it all together. And now I'm going through a stage where I don't have it all together.
Man, listen.
Everything is
none of us
cyclical.
None of us got it together, child. But just
Right?
talking,
And I'm
just
trying to
having this
figure out a whole
conversation.
new life now and just get in my bearings. I think everything, like, same thing with like Michael Jackson. He was a childhood star. But what did he want to do when he got all his money and got older. He just wanted to be a freaking kid because he was never able to be a kid. So I think it goes into maturity.
I don't know, because I think I was a pretty mature kid. I was pretty well advanced. You know, I bought my first house. I was 19 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I was established. I still wasn't grown. I don't know how in the hell I had a house and I was 19. Like, what the hell was going on here? And I think that I didn't really understand completely who I was, how to completely be grown, probably until like 28, 29. Like, I think that I was advanced. I think I had a lot of self-knowledge, a lot of, you know, education. I had a lot of influence and information from elders that I received, and I utilized it. But I don't know if that I would say grown. I might have been mature, but I don't know about being a grown adult.
I 100% agree with that.
But if that's the
I feel like
case,
most
I'm
people would
still
have
not
described
grown.
We're not
me as
grown.
mature.
We
Yeah,
ne-
exactly.
Listen,
I
if
don't
that's
think we
the case,
ever
I'm-
reached the epitome or apex of grown. I feel like we as humans continue to
Exact-
evolve
every
and
day.
grow and learn every day.
Yep.
Nobody's grown.
Tomorrow you're going to be a completely different person.
I totally
Tomorrow.
agree.
And the thing is that like I was just having this conversation with a client like a couple days ago about like reinventing who you are. Like, you reinvent yourself, you reevaluate things, you figure out whether it be business, whether it be you, let's say comedy, right? Like, I would assume that you do some shows and you're like, you know what, I could do this way, I could say this differently. I could probably, when I get on stage, I could do this. Like, you're reevaluating things. That's how we do in life every day. Like, we're trying to figure out how in the hell I'm gonna get $1 million tomorrow. Okay, like we're thinking in our head, like, okay, what do I need
If
to
you
do
figure
differently?
it out, pass it on.
I figured it
sis.
out. I figured it out one time, and then it didn't come back again. Like, I figured it out and did it, and it was fine. But after, like, I had to reevaluate because the world changed. Things are different. You know, the way we receive money is different. The way we connect with clients is different. Like, we're gonna be like figuring this shit out for the rest of our lives. The problem was no one told us that we was gonna be figuring out. We thought we hit 35 and everything gonna be peachy. Like, that's what happened.
And that's when my life just became totally the upside down
Yeah,
place.
yes.
It's 35.
I know. You ain't got to tell me.
The upside down place.
Hey, you preaching to the choir over here. I'm trying to tell you. And wait till you get 43, you know? Listen, I think that even, like, so mine was probably about 34. And then probably like 41, I was like, this is about to be different, right? And I think it just keeps going. It never ends. It just keeps going.
But I don't believe we was just put on earth to pay bills and die.
We could not pay bills.
Yeah.
We could figure that out. We'd just be houseless. I mean, like, really, we don't have to pay bills.
That is true. That's true.
I mean, we got options. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pay them or be homeless.
Right. You can be houseless or not. Like, that's, you know. But unfortunately, the way this world works is that you have to, you know, pay bills to people to live
And
the
they
life
keep
that they
coming.
taught us we needed.
They don't take a break neither.
Oh, man.
Okay. At what age are children held responsible or accountable for their actions, and how do you determine that?
I guess it would depend on what actions.
That's what I was thinking. It depends on what they did.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on the kid.
For
in my
sure.
opinion.
Like, me and my siblings are completely 3 different people. So I don't know how the hell my mom managed all of us. You know, I was the best one, of course, but you know, I probably legit was like the chillest one. But you know, my siblings, my sister and my brother, they're very different. We're all very different. So I'm sure she navigated parenting with us differently. You know, my grandparents probably navigated all of their grandkids differently. So yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely say it depends on the action. So, like, if our 5-year-old would peed on the floor, we can hold you responsible for that because
You know better.
you know better.
Do they? Or why did they do it?
Because he wanted to.
But are we saying, why did you do that?
Yeah.
And then they say what?
Because he wanted to.
And then you
Because
say,
I wanted to show my brother how cool it was.
"Oh, that's not fair.
No.
That's a
Not when you know.
No,
That's not where pee belongs.
But
that's
Natural
not when
consequences
you know.
are on the way.
But that's a fair response, though.
I'm not saying it's not a fair response. I'm just saying
he's going to be held accountable.
you are going to be held accountable
He's gonna be
because
held
you know
accountable
better.
because he was like, "Yo, I'm about to show you this right here. This might be a good time." Went ahead and did that. Talked to y'all and was like, well, "I just said it was a good time. I wanted to
Consequences.
Consequences.
Yeah.
Your actions have consequences. You should know that.
Yeah.
show him."
Natural consequences in that situation.
So what was? Let me ask, if that happened in real life, what was the
Bro,
consequence?
don't even get me started. I'm still traumatized from that day,
But
man.
what was the consequence?
The natural consequences, you now have to clean it up.
Oh yeah,
You peed on
okay,
the floor,
okay,
you
that's
clean
fair.
up the mess that you made.
That's fair. That's fair.
It came with
Or
a
the
lot
fun
of
time,
screaming
the fun time
and
you
yelling
made.
and getting cussed
Well,
the fuck out.
if y'all
but-
want to, if we really want to get into it, because I still feel some type of way about it. All
Okay.
right, if we really want to get into
Okay.
it, the kids was taking a bath that morning, like they supposed to do every morning. It's a routine. And one of the kids is banging on the counter in the bathroom, so it woke me up. So I go downstairs. I pop open the door. Who is one kid standing on the toilet trying to actively pee into the toilet? Like he's standing on the toilet.
If I had a penis, I probably would try that. I probably would have tried it. Maybe
That's
as
what
an
my brother
adult
said.
too.
My brother was like,
maybe
"I
a
tried
drunk
that."
night at the
The thing
casino.
that got me is when I went to go get him down,
He was still peeing.
he peed on me.
He can't. At that point, he like, I
He
can't
midstream.
stop it now.
No,
waiting.
no. You gotta know better than that.
Self accountability now.
You
So I
gotta
had
know
to
better
clean
than
it
that.
up and
You
get
had
cussed
to
out.
hold
I asked
yourself
him-
accountable
I asked him
for
why he
getting them
did it.
midstream.
I asked him why he did it. He said because a boy showed him that in school and he wanted to show his brother.
So what? I don't understand why he got in trouble. I'm still trying to figure this out.
Because
What?
he pissed all over the floor.
He pissed all over
Right.
the floor.
So the consequence,
And
clean
his
it up.
stepmom.
Clean it up. Hey.
And
man.
me.
Hey, but yours was not on purpose. He was midstream. Let's negotiate here. He was midstream. You
She
can't
going back to
you
the
can't get
intention
fi-
question that she
Yeah.
missed earlier.
You
Come
can't get the
on.
5-year-old midstream to be like, oh,
He
stop
was
peeing.
almost 7.
Okay, 7. I don't care how old he was. He's a kid midstream, and you chose to grab his ass. Okay, wait. So the consequence: clean it up. Hey, kid, you can't really do that at the house. Yeah, I would not do that in public either. Like, do you feel like you have to do that again? Yes or no? Keep it moving.
They didn't get a whooping. They didn't get a
Yeah,
whooping.
that was being
Clean it
accountable
up.
right there. We had a conversation.
They cleaned up the rest of the
But
day,
you
though.
traumatized
Consequence.
because you grabbed him midstream. That's your fault. I think you blaming him for that. That's the problem.
Did he peed on me? Yes, I am blaming
But
him
that's
for
your
peeing
fault.
on
That's
me.
your fault.
So I should have just stood there and
look,
watched him pee off the side of the toilet and
Until he-
everywhere.
until his stream stopped. What was you gonna do?
It shocked me.
See,
It shocked me.
See accountability.
I never seen anything like that in my
damn
life.
kids, these damn kids. They'll drive you crazy.
But yeah, I think it depends on the action.
So do you see how you could have handled that differently?
Nah. Yeah, next time I'm just gonna push him off. How about that?
Put my face.
I just think that we, sometimes we have to hold ourselves accountable.
Vicky, I am traumatized.
That's it.
I am traumatized.
Kid-
I've never experienced
Shorty,
anything like
Shorty
that.
was midstream.
Chill
I mean,
with
I've
the.
definitely had kids pee on me, changing diapers. And
Yeah,
things like that.
my God,
Did that
traumatize you?
He peed on me.
Infants and toddlers.
He was literally just out the womb.
Did that
literally.
traumatize you?
No, it
Oh.
didn't. But I still tell him about it. It wasn't his choice.
Oh, see, look at that.
No, it was his choice to pee on me. It was
I think
his
you riled
choice.
up. I think you riled up about it, but I think it was your fault. I'm just gonna be the
Look,
the advocate for Shorty.
advocate for my
you way too reasonable. Hey, but you won't watch him.
Right.
I mean,
But you won't watch him.
Listen, I got a 5 and a 9-year-old kid that I'll be, ooh, child, I can't wait to take them home. Thank God I'm set up where I could take them back to their own homes. But those kids, man, my 5-year-old nephew, he got so much energy. Jesus.
N-I-G.
Do you believe that one human life can be worth more than another?
I guess it depends on in what circumstance.
What do you mean?
Ooh.
Okay, I gotta save me. I gotta save my nephew, one of my nephews. I gotta save my sister.
You saying one person out of that?
We gotta say one of us.
Yeah.
Right.
So do
Who
you
am I
believe
saving?
one person's life is worth more than the other?
Yes, because I gotta pick somebody, right?
Yeah.
Who you go pick? I would
We were
prefer.
watching- what's the name of
I
that
would
movie,
prefer
babe?
to choose all three.
Knock at the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin. Have you seen that movie?
No.
So it's this gay couple and their adopted child, and they basically have to save the universe by deciding which one of them has to die. And they can't kill themselves, they can't pick themselves, and you have to, when you decide who's gonna die, you have to kill them.
Kill the other.
Yeah, you have to kill the other person.
But
So
this
he has
whole-
to
the whole
decide between
time
his
they think
spouse
it's a
or his
hoax.
child. Yeah, so they don't believe it, because who would believe that if you come to my door and say that the world's going to start dying if I don't pick somebody, kind of situation. And her and my brother kept asking. They were like at this point, would you believe it? And I was like, it doesn't matter when I believe it. We're just going to die. I don't.
All of us go die together.
Yeah, I was like, it's just we all going down.
But I
What
would
the fuck
say,
is the
like,
point?
if it's something where, like, me, my sister, my nephew, like, we can save one person, I'm saving the shorty. Like, sorry, sis, we out of here. We done had enough time.
Save the
You know what I
kid.
mean? Save the shorty. Like, that's it. But
So
I
you-
don't.
so
I
you-
don't.
So for you,
So that
versus-
makes the
No.
shorty's life more valuable.
Yes, but is let's see, is Beyonce's life more valuable than mine? Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Period.
that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
No one's life is more valuable
No.
than the other.
Huh. I would probably
Now,
make
when
the
you're making a
decision.
choice, I don't think that equates to value. I think that it equates to your emotional connection to them. I don't
know.
think it
If-
equates
my
to
nephews
value.
are pretty
person,
valuable.
yeah, I was like, if you're the person that the question is being posed to, then I would think that my opinion is pretty freaking valuable. Therefore, my emotional connection to them is what makes their human life valuable, which is what I was saying.
I guess that's why we
earlier.
differ, because we look at it
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah, what makes your human life valuable is the emotional connections that you have with other humans. So if I'm the person choosing, the person whose life is most valuable is the person who has been more valuable to me. I'm the one making the decision. So I do think that one human life can be more valuable than the other. It just depends on who's in
Right.
charge, like who's weighing the odds.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If
Yeah.
you had to choose, you were going to die regardless, but
Okay.
if you had to choose two people out of me and the boys.
Oh, you know what? First of all,
If you had to choose
first of all,
two
let me
people.
answer. Don't even answer that. Don't answer that for the rest of your
She's
life.
like, it's
Never
a
answer
No,
that.
I want no.
Don't
It's not a trap.
She
I
can't
swear,
answer it.
it's
No,
not a trap.
Don't answer it. Don't answer that.
It's not a trap.
Don't answer it. I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
Because we done here anyway.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P. Rest up. She ain't got no answer for the rest of her life. Don't ever ask that question again.
Why?
All right, it's been great hanging out with y'all. I really like your shirt too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Walmart.
it's been good. Okay, Walmart.
It was really cute. She
Yeah.
showed me the outfit. It's
Okay.
super cute.
Yeah, it's been good.
Wait, but
Thank
we
y'all,
not gonna
for
answer the
thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, Vicky.
Wait, we're not gonna answer
Hey,
the question.
Lanisha. Who else we got on
2
here?
minutes.
No, we good. It's 55.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in
like,
to Laugh Therapy with
Man,
your
look at
favorite
that.
comedian, Joe King. You can follow me on Instagram at King Me Comedy and on any other social media platform at the same. And of course, my beautiful co-host.
JD, aka Sunshine. Y'all will see me in this outfit in Jamaica in a few days, so don't be mad.
it is what it is.
It's lit. And thank you so much
Yes,
for joining
thank
us on our
you.
philosophical
Thank y'all for having me.
questionnaire.
Hey, I'm Fine Ass Carice. You can follow me on every single social media platform at eCarice. That's ECARRICE. And then don't forget to download the Hot 702.5 app, and you can listen
Absolutely.
24/7.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one. Thank you guys so much. Join us here every Thursday at 4 p.m. And next week we will be talking about sex, baby.
Hey.
So y'all definitely want to be on that episode. It's going to be so much
I'm
fun.
gonna make sure my mama not listening.
We dropped some fun.
All right, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Over and out.